But Wayne, the Super Bowl.
Yes, Lil Wayne. So Lil Wayne, he finally spoke out. He posted a response to him not being named the Super Bowl 59 performer.
Sure.
Did you see it?
I did.
What did you think about it?
He's one of my GOATs, so I'm trying to be kind with my words.
I mean, why you gotta try to be kind? You don't gotta say nothing crazy.
I'm not going. I mean, I love Wayne, but why?
Why did he post a response?
Yeah.
I mean, I
understand. He feels
internet
hurt,
was saying a lot.
broken, has to put himself back together.
Yeah. The internet was saying a lot. And, I think that he had to say something, whatever it was. The one thing about his video that I thought was missing, and, obviously Wayne he's a GOAT. We love him. He's one of the biggest.
Get your pre shit out too.
No. I don't have nothing crazy to say. But the one thing that I thought was missing from the video that he posted was just congratulating Kendrick. To me, I thought that was the one that was kind of like,
okay,
because we don't, you can have your feelings around Wayne not making it, which we laughed at just because it was in New Orleans, it should have been Lil Wayne. Like if it's in, the Giant Stadium next year, is Cameron supposed to do the halftime show?
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely,
I don't get it. But I can understand how some people felt the way about that. But that was the only thing I felt like that was missing from Wayne's video was just congratulating Kendrick, because Kendrick obviously has voiced his love and his admiration for Wayne over the years. I felt like that was
the influence, especially early Kendrick.
I felt like that was the only thing that was missing. I don't think it was purposely done. I don't think Wayne was trying to slight Kendrick in any way. I think he was more so expressing his feelings on not being picked. But I mean, that whole thing, and I didn't expect for people to kind of like, drag this thing on of Wayne not being named the performer for so long. It's been like probably a week now. But can we just be honest? Like I would what do we feel like Wayne's set would have been? Like what would he be performing at the Super? Because we can be honest, Wayne's content, Wayne's language, like this is for the Super Bowl halftime show is for real middle America.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's that type of sporting event. Obviously, we all sit and watch it, but for Wayne to come out on the Super Bowl halftime show, what would he perform? Like we know Wayne's catalog, we know his verses. Wayne be saying crazy, and you can't have that type of content for families sitting around a television during the Super Bowl watching that. Like
whoever would have to edit in real time, it would be a nightmare.
This is what I'm saying. So, and people are like, yeah, he could have brought out, the Hot Boys. I'm like, have y'all heard their catalog? Like, what are we really talking? Like, we gotta, the Super Bowl, you have to have a certain type of catalog, a certain type of, performance level to make it on that stage that big. And, we love Wayne, but I love Wayne as much as I love Jadakiss, as much as I love Styles, as much as I love Cam, Mace. But none of them will ever get a Super Bowl halftime show. And I think
unless
that's okay.
It was part of a medley of other artists, I feel like. I feel like if Mariah Carey did halftime, like Kiss and Styles could come out for something.
For their record with her.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just talking about like headlining.
It's not.
Like it's not that Wayne doesn't have the content. It's that type of content is not Super Bowl stage. Like they're not gonna have that at the Super Bowl.
That's why, and I promise this is not Kendrick hate. I'm curious what his set is gonna be, which we've talked about. The same to your Wayne point. I'm very curious what Kendrick is gonna do. Like, even when they had the first like real rap shit with Dr. Dre and friends, people underestimate what Gin and Juice is to even middle America. Like my parents know Gin and Juice. My parents know In the Club by 50 Cent. My parents know what's the B Rabbit, Lose Yourself. Like those are all middle America rap songs that they had to put together. I love that Kendrick is gonna get this opportunity. I'm just curious what his set would be, the same way it would be with a Wayne.
But Kendrick's set we know is a safer set than Wayne.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and that's the only thing that I think people were skipping over. Like, it's just the content, bro. Like, it's the songs.
He's also put together, and it's not a slight to Wayne, like real shows. Wayne has never really done that per se. Like we talked about the Mr. Morale shit. She was like a Broadway play. Like he's put together performances. Even his his set during the Dr. Dre thing, to me, had the best choreography, was the best put together. I mean, I love that 50 took one for the team and was upside down to do his whole verse at his age. I appreciated that.
Yeah.
But by far, Kendrick had the most intricate set of anything. He knows how to like really put a performance together. Wayne, just we've never seen that from him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever had to do that. Not to say he couldn't, but to do that for the first time in the Super Bowl wouldn't really make sense.
And then on a stage that big, like that's asking a lot for somebody that, and again, there's no slight to Wayne. We know Wayne is cemented as a GOAT. But I just think that, you know, we have a few artists in our culture and a few GOATs that we just have to be realistic about and say that, bro, they're never gonna call you for that stage because, you know, what you're saying in your verses and your rhyme, it's just not.
Say it's not deserving, but it's just not.
It's not for that. It's not for that stage, and that doesn't change anything for his legacy. Like,
yeah,
of course, that's probably on his list of things. Yeah, like that. He's definitely not defined by that. May be a personal goal of his to make it to headline an event that big, but. You know, when you start combing through the set that you think he would perform, and you listen to those songs, the edit button, you know, it's just like, bro, what are we like? We won't even hear none of the verse. Like they'll edit everything out, so it just didn't make sense. But you know, I'm glad that he did address it. I'm glad Wayne did address it.
Well, let's keep ourselves honest. We kind of took away from Kendrick's moment. Everyone kind of just forgot to be like, yo, this is amazing that Kendrick Lamar, as a rapper, is headlining the Super Bowl by himself. I mean, not to say we just added in the Drake thing, but it was a conversation at the time because Kendrick was alluding to the beef in the promo, the whole promo. So to not bring up Drake in that conversation was crazy. And then I feel like for the whole week, I don't feel like we're dragging it. I feel like the rest of the world is just based off one comment that you made in a 45-minute conversation. The amount of people that wanted you to be wrong, I've seen hate before, but like I could feel it from the IP addresses in their soul that they wanted you to be wrong so badly because Bloomberg, one of the most trustworthy men on earth, some writer who couldn't even find spell check put out that he had talked to sources at the NFL sources, and it's a blatant lie. What Maul said, his sources at the NFL, and everyone's like, "See, Roger Goodell said it." It's like,
he didn't say that.
Did you not read the spelling mistake article that was? You know those red squiggly lines? That means it's spelled wrong.
Yeah. I mean, you know, again, and that's something that I didn't think that would, you know, cause the turmoil that it caused.
I tweeted
that was just in conversation. Why
do y'all care about this so much?
Like it didn't. But again, you know, I get it because of the time we're in and what's going on, the moment, everything around it. So I understand it. But you know, for people to still be running with that and saying, "Oh, it's not true. He never got a halftime show invite." If you feel like that, I mean, cool, man. I don't know what to tell you. If you feel like one of the biggest artists, they never asked him to do that. All right, cool. What are we talking about? I'm not going back and forth about it. But I didn't mean to say that and kind of like, you know, take away from the fact that Kendrick got the spot. That's not what that was intended to do.
And I mean, people took a 45-second clip from a 45-minute conversation that just happened to be in there. But I get it. You have the stigma of being Drake's man, so they're all going to run with it on the internet. But even
it's cool.
I saw other media people saying there's no way the NFL would ask an artist twice. The NFL don't work that way. All right, Rihanna turned it down. Then she did it.
They asked Adele.
That's on record.
They asked Adele and she still hasn't done it. Like, so it's, you know what I mean?
There's
like
been plenty of artists that have turned it down and then went back and did it.
Right. It happens. I mean, you know, I didn't think that was a big deal, but again, you know, the fact that Kendrick is doing it is dope. The first rapper to headline it.
Do you want to say thank you to Elliott Wilson? Because I was like, when we was on the flight,
Elliott thought I was capping. He said he thought I was. Yeah, when I landed, somebody had hit me. I'm not saying who. Somebody had hit me and said, "Yo, I'm surprised that Elliott held you down." And I was like,
"So Drake hit you?"
I was like, what? I was like, what happened?
So Drake hit you?
I was like, what happened? And he was like, "No, he held you down." So I didn't know at first because I slept the whole flight. So then I saw Elliott say he thought I was capping and his sources.
But see, you don't understand because you were asleep most of the flight. Like in between watching Peach listen to the entire Eminem show, back to front.
Crazy playlist for a flight.
I had Wi-Fi. So for about 4 hours, the entire world was like, see, Maul's the biggest fucking liar ever. Like, my mentions were going nuts. Like, this, the least credible podcast of all time.
Yeah.
And then Elliot was like, yeah, I know for a fact he at least turned it down twice while Hove was in there. And Hove's been there for 5 years, and views Drake definitely got an offer.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I'm, again, it's just, I don't know, man. I guess people, because of the moment, they try to discredit. And I understand. I understand what's going on, but I just don't get why people just find that so hard to believe. It's just insane to me.